All right, hi guys, it's Miss Noble again. So we are in week 2 of our argumentative writing, and so this week we are going to be reviewing the pieces of an argument that we talked about last week. We're going to check our claim. Hopefully everybody has submitted a claim and had their teachers look over it. We're going to talk about reading and researching to find our evidence. We're going to make sure to complete our graphic organizer. We're going to finally write our introduction, and then at the end of this slide, show we're going to review our targets that we are looking for in this whole essay. So to start, let's review. So our pieces of an argument, if you'll remember, this is kind of like a murder mystery. First of all, we have our argument, which is making a claim and supporting it using logic and evidence, rather than in a persuasive one where you're using your opinion and feelings. This one, again, is that logic and evidence. You are using those cold, hard facts. Just like in a court case, our argument essay is going to be multiple paragraphs with at least 3 pieces of evidence. That's where we're looking at, is 3 pieces of evidence, those 3 reasons why our claim is what we think it is. Then we have our claim. So this is the answer to our question, what we think is the point we're trying to get across. So claim is debatable, something that can be argued. It's not going to be, oh, this is a fact that everybody agrees with. So like, grass is green. That's not going to be something that is debatable. Reasons with evidence. So these are the things similar to the clues and evidence in a murder mystery case. These are the facts that support it. And our explanation. This is the statement that explains how the evidence supports and connects to the claim. So we're going all the way back to the claim here. So how does this evidence prove that our claim is true? So let's talk about our claim real quick. So as I said before, your claim should already be submitted. If it is not, that is the first thing you need to do this week. And we need to do that and then submit it and wait for approval from your teacher before you go on to do the graphic organizer and the introduction. But let's talk about that claim. So we have our question, and remember there are 3 different questions you can choose from, and this is what your claim is going to be based off of. Not just any random claim, but these questions right here. So you're going to pick one of these questions. Is pollution killing fish? What is the best way to limit pollution? And what do you think is the biggest cause of pollution? So you're going to pick one of those, and you are going to write a claim. And remember, your claim statement is going to answer one of those questions, making a statement without the word I. So no, I think this. And again, it's going to be debatable. So again, you should have already had this. So that example down at the bottom is the same one from last week. So if my question was, who is the best ELA teacher at Wendell Middle School? My claim would be, Miss Noble is the best ELA teacher at Wendell Middle School. Not, I think Miss Noble is the best ELA teacher at Wendell Middle School, or anything else. It would just be that statement, like I am saying that it is a fact. So, again, we're going to list here, this is how we do it, the whole list of how we go through the process of writing this. We're going to be focusing on that step 3, 4, and 5 this week, finding the evidence, doing our research. We're also going to plan and complete our graphic organizer. We're going to do the whole graphic organizer this week. And we're also going to write our introduction, that first draft of our introduction. Our introduction is going to be super easy, just like we've written them in the past. We have our claim already written, so we should be able to do this. So we're going to review this, our reasons, evidence, and explanation. And again, this is what this week is focused on, is that reason, evidence, and explanation, where we're doing our research. The next slide, we're really going to get into how to find this. But I want to focus on this. and what those mean and how we get them is next. But we need to figure out what they are before we can find them. So our reasons, the why our claim is what it is. So why is Miss Noble the best ELA teacher in Wendell Middle? That's what we're looking for. This comes from a text source. So it's not just because my mom said so. It's a fact, not an opinion or a feeling. So I can back up the fact that Miss Noble is the best ELA teacher with lots and lots of different facts. Some of you may not think so, so it is debatable, but I can find some facts to think so. My evidence. This is the proof, my facts. The proof for why. These are my direct quotes, and this connects to the reason. And then we go to our explanation. This is our explanation of how our proof connects to the why and explains how all of this proves our claim. How do these reasons prove that our claim is correct? And we're going to explain it all in our own words. So we've done these types of things before with our quote sandwiches, where we introduce a quote, give our quote, and then explain it. So we're doing the same basic principle here with introducing it with our reason, proving our reason with a quote, and then explaining it further on how all of this ties back to our claim. So think of that formula every time you do it, but always keep in mind that claim and that reason. Make sure it all connects. So getting into the nitty-gritty here, that finding the evidence and the research. So you are going to pick some sources. There are a whole bunch that you can choose from. You can go out and find some on your own. It is totally up to you. This page right here is also in a separate document, nicely laid out if you want to pull it up in a separate thing when you are doing your research, so you have it to look at. But when you go to find your evidence for your reasons, the first step is to try to find an article that is going to help you. So you're going to pick an article and you're going to skim it. Just do a real quick read, kind of look through it to see what it's about. Is this going to help your claim? If your claim is about pollution killing off the fish, and you read or you have an article right there about pollution filling up landfills, that's not going to help with an article about fish. So move on to the next one. Once you find an article that you think is going to help with your claim, you're going to read it. You're going to do all the things that close readers do, the things we've been working on all year long. Getting the gist, citing our evidence, using context clues to figure out our words, read and reread. So you are going to really dig into that, thinking about those reasons and our claim. Really focus on that, because that's where you want to stay. You don't want to just grab facts out of your article. You want to find facts that support your claim. So you're going to note down that evidence with your quotes on your graphic organizer. So you're going to pull up the same graphic organizer that you put your claim on, and that's where you're going to put those on. If one article doesn't give you enough, find another one. Make sure that on your graphic organizer or somewhere else, you note down where the evidence came from. That way, when you go to write your essay, you have that because you are going to need to cite that source. So just put it on your graphic organizer would be my suggestion. Put on there, even if you just put the title of the article so that you can go back to it and find the actual source information. That would be probably the easiest way to get to it. So completing your graphic organizer. So here is a copy of the graphic organizer. You already have one of these. You have completed the claim by this time, hopefully. The claim is where your introduction is going to come from. And we have down this side, we have our reasons, and over here are evidence and explanations. So you're going to have 3 reasons, and then our evidence and explanation that is going to support each reason. So you have a reason, and then our evidence and explanation that go along with that. Reason, evidence and explanation. Reason, evidence and explanation. So body paragraph, body paragraph, body paragraph. 3 paragraphs right there that are already built in. And each one of these already have 3 sentences, because you'll have a reason sentence, an evidence sentence, which will have your quote, and then an explanation sentence. So you about have your paragraph already set up as long as you do the work here. And then our conclusion is going to be restating the claim, which if you want to go ahead and if you haven't done your claim yet, go ahead and restate your claim. But as you are filling this out, that also needs to be filled out. Restating your claim in different words. So here's an example of part of a graphic organizer using that same claim that I had before. And you can read through this. I have my reason and some evidence and explanation. Reason, evidence, and explanation. And again, I have some quotes in here as well as explanation. So feel free, read through that. I'm not going to read it for you. That way, this doesn't run too long. We again have our format. Looks just like the graphic organizer. We have our introduction, body paragraph, body paragraph, body paragraph, and conclusion. Makes it really simple to follow. Each body paragraph has our reason and evidence with our explanation. And how does it relate to your claim? Each one has to go back to our claim that way. So, by now, you should be able to understand what an argumentative essay is. Hopefully you got that last week, as well as identifying the pieces of an argumentative essay, organize the pieces of an argumentative essay. You're going to make a claim for your argumentative essay. If you didn't do that last week, you have to do it this week. You're going to research to find reasons and evidence for your argument, complete a graphic organizer for your argument essay, and write a rough draft of your introduction. Again, we saw those steps for the process, and we're going to finish those next week. The rest of this here are our targets, and I said we were going to review those. So here we have just the introduction, conclusion, and our mechanics. So here's our introduction that we are focusing on this week. We have an attention grabber or hook, something interesting about the topic and relevance. And don't forget that our introduction also has our claim in it, and that is on the next target. We will talk about it. Our conclusion has a concluding statement, restates the claim without repeating it, summarize, call to action, or leave something to think about. When we get to the conclusion part, we're going to talk a lot more about that. Complete sentences, you know how all of that works. We've talked about that all year long, guys. So attention grabber, you guys know how to do that. Get the reader interested in reading. Find something that will make them want to keep reading. So here we go. The rest of it, our claim, evidence, and our quote sandwiches. So again, our claim has to be debatable. One clear, concise statement for the claim. Has to be clear, concise, all one thing. Don't add extra things into it. And then we want it to be stated first. We want it straight out there for them to see it. Our evidence has to support our claim, quotes, and then using those quote sandwiches just like I explained before. So that is it for this week. Remember, if you have questions, ask your teacher. We can help in any way possible. If we need to meet, we can meet. Hope you guys have a great week.